So welcome to On the Spot with the 422 Business Alliance. We're a group of like-minded local business people who are working to grow our businesses, ourselves, and our connections to each other and our clients and communities. In this series, we'd like to introduce you to our members. I'm Donna Body of Delos Incorporated in Collegeville, and with me today is Jeff Wentzel of Wentzel Bromiley Insurance. Hi, Jeff. Welcome.
Hi, Donna. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Why don't you give a little intro on who you are and what you do?
Sure. Yeah. Jeff Wentzel. I'm the owner of Wentzel Bromiley Insurance Agency. We are an independent agent that has an office in Skippack, Pennsylvania. And what we do is we offer all types of insurance services, from personal insurance, automobile, homeowners, to business insurance for small to medium-sized businesses. And that can include general liability, workers' compensation, professional liability, really any line of business that would be needed.
That's great. And how did you come to do what you're doing and starting your agency?
Well, it was a long time ago, Donna, but over 30 years ago, I started in the business.
When you were like 10 or
11. Well, let's say that. Yeah, let's go with 10. So I started for a small company that's no longer around. It was Harleysville Insurance Company. And that was back in 1987. And really what I did was work my way up through the industry. So there really isn't a part of the insurance process that I haven't been through. I started in rating, so I know how to develop the rate for policies. I went into product development. I was in the claims department. So I got to see how claims were handled. Marketing was also a big part of what I did. So you get to see how it was put out there. And also, I think the biggest one was really product development. So we know why the coverages were important and what person that would really fit best with. So when I was at Harleysville, I actually met my business partner, Bill Bromiley. So we had talked about starting an insurance agency for a really long time. It goes back that far. And we used to always joke and say, well, when we do it, this is how we would do it. So it got to a point where 9/11 was very close to me. I was actually supposed to be there that day. And it made me think twice about what we were doing. And Bill and I decided to get together and say, if we're going to do it, now's the time to do it. So that was 17 years ago. And here we are today, up and running in Skippack.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
So that's something that having that entrepreneur spirit and having looked at all the different aspects of the industry and then still knowing that you wanted to do this says that you're an entrepreneur. Because some people like go, oh wait, marketing, I'm going to run. Finances, I'm going to run the other way.
Right.
So
there's a lot to it, like you said.
Yeah, it is. And so since you know so much about the industry and all the different things, what's something that you think people don't know about insurance or maybe should know?
Well, it's probably a couple of things. One important thing I think is the difference between the types of insurance agencies. So there's an independent agent, and there's also a captive or a direct writing agency. We are an independent agent. So what that means is that we have many different markets and companies in order to find the right pricing and coverage to match our clients' needs, where a captive or a direct writer, they only have one company. So examples of those would be like State Farm, Nationwide, Allstate. Great agencies, great companies, but at the same time, they only have that one product to offer their clients. So
if you need something else, you might have to go somewhere, like a specialized thing, you might have to go to someone different.
Yeah, Don, one of our biggest referral sources are captive insurance agents that don't have a market or don't have a coverage to match their client, and they refer to us to try to write that. So that's a big difference in our industry. I think another one might be just really how the industry markets itself. And you and I had a little conversation about that last week, that it is a little bit odd. And, you see these companies out there that are selling it based on the lowest price, and they're selling it on, if we're not the lowest price, we'll give you the next 5 that are lower. And they're very entertaining commercials. I mean, I enjoy watching them too. But it really doesn't get to the core of what's important, I think, on the insurance side, is that the 2 biggest things you're ever going to purchase, or 3 really, is going to be your business, your automobile, and your homeowners. So absolutely, first, I think you have to make sure that you're covered properly. And that's what we're going to make sure that we do first. That's a little bit different. And I think, again, that's important to for anyone really to look at first. And then obviously we want to do it at a good cost. And if we can save you money, that's obviously what we want to do. But our number one goal is always to properly insure somebody first. And the
So if
marketing
you
of the
just
industry
give the
really
lowest
hasn't gone that
price,
way.
you might not be covered when something
Absolutely
happens.
right.
Is that, yeah.
Absolutely correct. Yes. Yep. So those are really the two things I think you can keep in mind.
And so, we talked about some unique things and all. What are some of like the craziest things that people insure?
Wow, that's a great question. I mean, you always think of like how high value vehicles or, paintings or art collections or something like
I
that.
always
And
remember the story of Marilyn Monroe's legs or
yeah,
something.
they are insurable. Everything's insurable. There is that situation where they would do that, and a lot of actors and actresses will insure their face for X number of dollars. I think that the two that I ran into, one was pretty unique. I think it was just an average automobile and homeowners client, middle class American family that inherited a number of items from a relative. And when they went through the items, one of the things that they found appeared to be a original Picasso.
Oh.
So what we did is we took a look at it, and we were able to hook him up with an art appraiser and also just an art historian to make sure that what we were really looking at was what we were looking at. And it was an original Picasso. So we were able to insure that with a market Chubb insurance that's what they specialize in. And we were able to take care of that for them. That one was kind of fun. And the other one I think we talked about a little bit was I had a client that was lowering his sculpture that he just purchased in Italy with a helicopter to his penthouse apartment. And he called me and he said, "Jeff, just want to make sure that this was covered." So after my heart was back in my chest and not in my throat, we did look into it, and yes, he was covered. But yeah, that was a unique situation that we run into.
That's neat. So we'll always check with you, I guess, on things. So like if you're not
Please
sure
call me first.
if your regular thing is covered by it, check with you first.
Make the call first, please. That would help us a lot.
That's great. So how can people get in touch with you? They're in the market for insurance, and we all need insurance. So
yeah, that's absolutely true. Anyway, there's a number of different ways. Your common telephone number is listed on our website, and our website is www.wbigroup.llc.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, so any way would be great.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by today, Jeff.
Don, I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.